Lincoln Riley sort of dipped his toe into the possibility of there not being a USC Notre Dame game maybe in the future. Do you think that's a game that should be and will always be on the college football schedule?
Well, for the guys who are from LA and the guys that are Notre Dame people, they say that is their favorite rivalry. I know a lot of those SC guys. I know I've gotten to know a decent number of Notre Dame guys. They love that, like Midwest against LA rivalry. The problem is now you got a lot of Midwest against LA rivalries. And so what used to be unique, hey, we've got these guys from LA traveling to the Midwest to play a game, and then we got the Midwest guys going to LA, which is basically the concept of the Rose Bowl in general, right? That's what made it such an attractive draw for so many years. Suddenly now you've got, hey, SC and UCLA are going to be playing all over the Midwest, Oregon, and Washington as well, and we'll be having those cross-pollination trips. It makes the sexiness of a Notre Dame SC game less substantial, and so it isn't crazy to me to think that from an SC perspective, if you're playing they have 9 Big Ten games, that's a physically draining schedule. The travel is substantial. I don't think from an SC perspective that they gain as much from Notre Dame. You're playing Ohio State and Michigan of the world on a somewhat regular basis. I can see why that rivalry might end up biting the bullet.
And that was my point earlier, is that it's easy for Notre Dame to come out now and say, yeah, we definitely want to keep the USC rivalry. Notre Dame controls their schedule. USC doesn't. Like that Notre Dame game, I made the point last week, when the Notre Dame game for USC is in South Bend, it is played in the middle of the season traditionally, which is odd. It's odd for the Big Ten. Normally the Big Ten, once they get in conference, they stay in conference. But you could have key Big Ten games on either side of that. And I mean, that's a really tough stretch for USC that they got to think about, not to mention the travel.
Yeah, Notre Dame, it makes sense 100% for them to have that game. I don't think it makes much sense for SC, candidly. Now, college football rivalry perspective, you hate to lose one like that, but I would just, push back for people who are saying that. Like, we're gaining way more better rivalries with the new additions of the West Coast teams to the Big Ten, and I would argue with the additions of Oklahoma and Texas to the SEC as well.